Greetings, casual channel awesome viewers, as well as faithful legionnaires, and welcome to another edition of E-Rants. This, for those of you who don't know, this is a show that is completely unscripted, from the top of my head, straight to you. These are the videos that I make that are even more honest than the honest reviews, if that's even possible. And I've been asking you for the past few weeks to please email me and let me know what shows or movies or series you want me to talk about the most, and my God that you guys respond. I haven't received as many enthusiastic emails for me to do anything this much since A Good Day to Die Hard. That was the last movie that I reviewed, that the second that it hit theaters, my email inbox was full with emails from you guys begging me, please bust this movie. So it's been a long time since I've received such enthusiastic emails about anything. And so here we go. You guys beg me, please, ERod, please say something nice. Say anything about Steven Universe. So here it is. Let's talk about the Cartoon Network series created by Rebecca Sugar, Steven Universe. Just a very quick synopsis for the show. This is an animated series that follows the adventures of a little boy who's, I think, between 10 and 12, and his legal name is Steven Universe. And he is the son of this intergalactic heroic alien being named Rose Quartz, and she married a human man, and together they had Steven, who has inherited a version of Rose Quartz powers in the form of a crystal gem that is embedded in his belly button. There's a small group of other crystal gems, other alien beings like Rose Quartz, who have also have powers and have taken a vow to protect Earth and also coach Steven to be a hero, to be a crystal gem like them. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. The three crystal gems and the relationship between them and Steven is very similar. Like, the idea of the show is like Sleeping Beauty. Remember when the three fairies took Aurora and they took her to a cottage in the woods to keep her safe from Maleficent? So imagine that. Imagine a show that is just that. It's just them living together, but instead of, making cakes and dresses and Aurora going in the woods and singing with a bunch of woodland creatures, instead of that, the three fairies go out and have amazing adventures fighting monsters and saving the world, and at the same time they're coaching their ward, Steven, to be one of them, to have powers and one day be a defender like them. There are extenuating circumstances for the crystal gems being on Earth and protecting the planet. There are other motives, but I don't want to give that away if you guys haven't seen the show. Now, the fact that I got so many emails to talk about this show is a testament to the very specific viewership that this show has. This is one of those extremely rare shows where it only has two kinds of viewers. The super duper casual viewers that think it's okay, and then the people who love it. Who love it super duper extremely passionately. The people who like this show often claim that it's their favorite show. This is one of those animated series that inspires that kind of loyalty in the people that are into it. Now, before I say anything further, I want to make it very, very, very clear that Steven Universe is a great show, is really well made, the animation is really well done, the voice work is good, the music is great. However, of those two groups of viewers, I belong to the former. While I am conscious, excuse me, of the fact that it is a great show, and when people tell me that they love it, I totally get it. I'm sorry, I just can't get into it. I just can't get excited about it. And like I promised you guys, these videos are supposed to be 100% super honest. And I feel it's weird. It's a weird sensation. It's one of those shows that I feel that I should love, but I just can't bring myself to. And I think it comes down to the tone of the show. I like to describe it as the hot air balloon of sci-fi shows. A hot air balloon is incredibly dangerous and incredibly thrilling, but it's a very slow and mellow vehicle. And that's the tone of Steven Universe. All this amazing fantasy sci-fi stuff is happening, but the tone of the show is very mellow, very laid back, very relaxed, and for this reason, often, the show just won't get a reaction out of me. It won't get a strong reaction out of me ever, even when shocking things happen. And I think the most important thing that any show or movie should do, is cause a reaction, be it laughter, fright, hatred, something. And Steven Universe, I'm watching it and I'm looking at it like I look at a painting. I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful thing. This is aesthetically pleasing to my eyes. And that's it. I don't go, whoa, I don't get blown away, I don't laugh out loud funny and fall to the and fall to the ground like when I watch Gravity Falls. I don't get blown away like when I watched Daredevil. Like almost all 13 of those Daredevil episodes had something in it that knocked me on my ass. I'm like, whoa! That never, ever happens to me. I've seen all of Steven Universe, by the way. I didn't just stop at 3 or 4 episodes. I've seen all of it, and I admit that it's good, and the show is quite frankly a work of art. But it's just, I'm sorry, I just don't, for whatever reason, I don't have that strong emotional connection with it. Something is just blocking me from having that connection with it that I don't have. I find that often the people that are into it are young girls that are unconventional. They're not very conventional girly girls, and that are very anti-establishment. You know, the type of young people who are generally not into trends, you know, that do a lot of their thinking for themselves. I know that one of my nieces is into it. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to embarrass her. I don't know if her friends are watching. I don't want to embarrass her at school. But like I said, it's a really good show. Steven is a really good character. He is, as far as I'm concerned, Steven Universe is the most realistic little boy in any cartoon that I've ever seen. He is just very optimistic, and he doesn't understand failure. To him, if you try, you're gonna make it. You know, that kind of attitude where he just hasn't had that enough tragedy in his life to understand true failure. Yes, he lost his mom, but he's such a super duper optimistic, just all around imaginative boy, where he doesn't even see the gravity of the bad situations that the crystal gems get into. So yeah, guys, so those are my thoughts on Steven Universe. At least give it a chance. I think everybody should see this show at least once, okay? I apologize if I did a terrible job of describing it or making it sound good, because I don't mean to ruin the show for other people. It's just, for reasons that are hard to explain, it's not for me. It's just plain and simply, it's just not for me. It's just one of those shows that it's well made, but I just can't get into it. So give it a chance. Check out a few episodes before you decide for a fact whether you like it or not. I I definitely feel like the reason I don't do an honest review on it is because I'm so the wrong person to talk about this show. That's why I've never spoken about it before. So I honestly hope that somebody who truly loves it, who's truly into it, who truly gets it and appreciates it thoroughly, does some kind of a review or video about it to truly honor it, because I feel that it deserves it. I'm just the wrong person to talk about this show. So that's it. That's all I have to say about Steven Universe. Hopefully the next topic will be something that I'm really into and I can really do a little bit more justice when I talk about it. So please continue emailing me, letting me know what TV shows, cartoons, movies, anything you guys want me to talk about in my next edition of E-Rants. But right now, it is time for the question of the week. And the question of the week comes from Ajay from London. I had a friend named Ajay in film school. Ajay wants to know, ERod, did you exhibit any kind of discipline when you sat down to watch Daredevil on Netflix and watch 1 or 2 episodes at a time? Or did you just completely just had no self-restraint and watched the whole thing, binge watched it in one sitting? Well, Ajay, yes, I did not. I could not binge responsibly. I totally watched it from start to finish. I couldn't stop. I didn't mean to stay up late the evening when it premiered. Here, where I live, it was going to premiere at 3 a.m. in the morning. And for reasons that take too long to explain, I ended up staying up really late. And I was going to go to bed, but I was like, Daredevil's going to come on in like 27 minutes. I'm going to stay up and watch it. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to watch 2 episodes. I'll watch 2 episodes, go to bed. Watch the first episode. Awesome. Watch the second episode. Even more awesome. And I'm like, well, there's no way. The third episode's going to be bad. It's going to be boring. It's not going to be as good as the first 2. Third episode, even better. And sure enough, I started watching it at 3 a.m. and watched it all the way into the afternoon of the next day. So, So, anyway, yeah, I watched all 13 episodes in a row, which I said I would never do. I totally did it. Because it was like, that show was like Pringles. Once you pop, you couldn't stop.